The uncomfortable truth is this: AI isn't coming for all jobs. It's coming for the cheap ones first, not the glamorous ones, not the powerful ones, the replaceable ones. And the highest paying jobs after AI takes over won't be the ones you've been told to learn. Pause on that thought, because right now, millions of people are racing to AI-proof their careers. Learning prompts, learning tools, learning code they think machines can't touch. But history says something else happens when technology reshapes work, and the math behind it is quietly brutal. This matters now because we're standing in the awkward middle phase. AI isn't good enough to replace everyone, but it's good enough to destroy wages. That's the dangerous part people ignore. When a task becomes easier, it doesn't disappear. It gets cheaper. And when it gets cheaper, fewer people get rich doing it. So let's talk about which jobs actually win when AI takes over. Not emotionally, not ideologically, financially. First, we need to understand how jobs really get paid. Your salary has very little to do with how hard you work, or how smart you are, or how useful you feel. Pay is determined by three things: how rare your skill is, how expensive mistakes are, and how close you are to money and power. AI attacks the first one immediately. Anything that can be learned quickly, replicated instantly, or scaled infinitely loses value fast. That's why some of the first jobs to feel pressure weren't factory workers. They were writers, designers, analysts, programmers, white-collar work that looked elite, but was secretly repeatable. Now, here's the twist. The highest-paying jobs after AI aren't about doing more work. They're about controlling systems that use AI. Job number one: people who own decisions, not tasks. Think executives, operators, senior product leaders, deal makers. AI can generate options. It can simulate outcomes. It can optimize paths. But it can't carry legal responsibility. It can't take the blame. And it can't sit in a room where one wrong call costs $1 billion. That's why executive compensation doesn't shrink with technology. It expands. When systems get more complex, the value of final judgment increases. The fewer people allowed to say yes or no, the more they get paid. This is why CEOs didn't disappear with spreadsheets, or ERPs, or automation. They got richer. The uncomfortable part: these roles aren't filled by skill alone. They're filled by trust, access, and reputation. AI doesn't change that. It reinforces it. Job number two: people who build and control bottlenecks, not coders. Owners, infrastructure owners, platform owners, data owners. AI runs on three things: compute, data, and distribution. Whoever controls those gets paid whether the model succeeds or fails. Cloud providers, chip designers, energy suppliers, data aggregators. They don't care which app wins. They collect rent from all of them. This is why the most valuable companies during AI booms aren't always the smartest. They're the ones everyone else depends on. Irony here is sharp. Millions learn AI tools. A few companies own the pipes. The pipes always win. Job number three: specialists where mistakes are catastrophic. AI thrives in low-risk repetition. It struggles in high-stakes ambiguity. Surgeons don't disappear. They get AI. Lawyers handling billion-dollar mergers don't vanish. They get faster. Pilots didn't go away with autopilot. They became system managers with extreme responsibility. When failure is expensive, humans stay in the loop. And the fewer humans trusted with that loop, the higher the pay. This is why top-tier medical, legal, and engineering roles keep climbing in income even as entry-level positions shrink. AI doesn't flatten hierarchies. It sharpens them. Which leads to job number four: people who sell trust. Not influencers, not content creators, trusted advisors, negotiators, relationship-driven professionals. Think private wealth managers, Enterprise sales closers, political strategists, crisis consultants. AI can explain. It can predict. It can persuade statistically. But when millions are on the line, people want a human face to blame, believe. Trust becomes scarce when information becomes infinite. Scarcity raises price. This is why human-led sales at the top end haven't collapsed. They've concentrated. Fewer people close bigger deals. Now here's the number nobody wants to talk about. Historically, when technology boosts productivity by 30 to 50%, wages don't rise evenly. They polarize. The top 10 to 15% capture most of the gains. The middle compresses, the bottom churns. AI accelerates this pattern because it doesn't replace jobs evenly. It replaces parts of jobs, meaning junior roles vanish first. If your job exists mainly to support someone else's decisions, AI is already negotiating your salary downward. This is why AI-proof jobs is the wrong question. The right question is, do you own leverage? Or are you leverage? The public hype says, AI democratizes opportunity. The underlying reality is that it centralizes rewards. More output. Fewer decision makers. Higher stakes. And that leads to the final category. People who can combine multiple domains into one role. No specialists. Integrators. Someone who understands finance and technology, medicine and systems, policy and economics. AI handles depth cheaply. Humans get paid for synthesis. The rarer the combination, the higher the ceiling. But here's the quiet risk. Most people won't move up this ladder. They'll move sideways until the floor drops. The future doesn't eliminate work. It eliminates comfort. And the highest paying jobs after AI takes over won't feel safe. They'll feel exposed, visible, accountable. So the final question isn't which job pays the most. It's whether you're positioning yourself closer to control or closer to replacement. Because when AI takes over the work, the money doesn't disappear. It just moves. And the people who follow it won't be the ones staring at the tools.